You've got a pointy bit pulling the pole in that direction, but you're leaning away from that load. So as far as we can tell, this is the first ever online version of an overhead line asset inspector course. If you had the cross arm in your hands like that, you're twisting like this. So this course is designed as an entry-level course, but it'll have something in there for experienced inspectors as well. This is a vegetation clearance issue. Again, you've got a fastener that's come out. The course is designed for inspectors, asset managers, linesmen, asset owners, pretty much anyone who has overhead line assets or poles, street lights, things like that, so councils. Generally, any fractures are very brash, they're very brittle, there's not much splintering going on. Everyone in that list is going to get some benefit out of it in terms of just understanding their assets a bit more, as well as being able to inspect them with a bit more confidence and a better understanding of the criticality of the different defects that are on or that are possible on your assets. It's pretty critical to excavate below ground for steel inspections. Enjoy, you will get something out of it, I can guarantee that. So these are the sort of things that we're focused in this course. The reason why we only started in the 60s and 70s is before that, there really wasn't that many lines around there. Most of the installation of overhead lines occurred after the Second World War. Generally, because you're dealing with a large geographical area, large variation in asset age and condition, and live overhead conductors, there are a number of hazards that you must be aware of. So your fiberglass is starting to get a bit deteriorated, a bit bushy. This is all going into compression. There's no stability in this structure, so it doesn't take much for it to want to buckle out sideways and the whole thing basically starts to sag. We've actually got an attachment that's hanging off that crossarm that's just worked its way down through the crossarm. This here is actually signs of a fracture in that crossarm. This one here, there's actually critical corrosion on the underside of this crossarm right at the connection into the pole. So that's a fairly critical position where you've got to transfer the load into the pole, and that's where it seems to be corroding. Oil leaks are a big one. You're also looking for your bracket or your hardware issues, so both your connection to the pole, or in some cases transformers have their own pole support as well. Stake corrosion is normally something that's worse below ground, but you can get it quite a long way below ground. As you can see in this image here, the soft rot doesn't reduce the compressive strength of the timber very much, but it significantly reduces the tensile strength of the timber. White rot tends to be responsible for fruiting bodies on the pole surface as well. And if they are there, we're looking for any damage or corrosion or whether they're falling off or not. Generally, a split that comes down straight through the king bolt is a sign that there is an issue at the head of that pole. Obviously we could see that from the ground, the crack there, but we couldn't see the extent. This is just sort of confirming that it doesn't seem to be anything major wrong with this. It was obviously a defect when the crossarm was new. For me, I'd be trying to inspect that, or at least knocking the pole out is significant. That's a really wide knot and you're going to collect a lot of water in there. Termites and borers. This one here was obviously one that I could spot from the road. You've got termite mudding coming all the way up from ground line, and they've obviously liked something up here. These are all examples of splits and checks. This one here, I'm pretty sure you could see all the way through. Sounding is not something that you would rely on solely to determine the condition of a pole. You can see sort of movement, you can move it with your hand. Too many instances similar to this where your decay pattern is governed by the location of your drill holes. We want to be looking for the minimum. Enjoy, and look forward to seeing you for the in-person stuff when we are allowed. Cheers.